welcome to my channel. That's me. I'm Han. I'm kind of newish to posting on YouTube, and I want to make videos about art and wellness. I'm so happy you're here. Now on to today's video. Like if you like, and subscribe. Hello, and welcome to today's video. I'm not doing an intro of the video today with me talking to you visually, but I thought I would do a little guided visualization, intention setting, just as I am laying the tape on the paper and also doing the initial sketch for this watercolor piece. So if you're following along, feel free to get out your supplies and listen to this guided visualization, kind of opening up and getting ready to do some painting shortly. First, I just also want to say thank you for being here. We are almost at our goal, our summer goal of 50 subscribers. I think we're at 41 right now, and I do really value each and every one of you for being here. So just thank you for coming along the ride, coming along the journey, whether you know me personally or not. I'm happy to have you here. So I have this pencil here, and I'm just going to start doing my sketch, but just as we're sketching, I'm going to take a deep breath in through the nose and hold for a count of 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and release. And really be mindful of that breath you just took and allowing it to release out. Really notice what's in front of you, what you're paying attention to, what's in your realm of awareness. And I'm just sketching some petals here. And you don't have to follow along in the same drawing or same pattern today. If you want to do something else, I'm going off a photo that I took of a flower, and just as I am drawing this out, I'm paying attention to how the pencil feels in my hand and how it feels gliding across the paper. And I'm really thinking of my composition. And I'm also noticing what's going on for me right now inside. And, what are some of my thoughts like at this point? I had some doubts about what my finished piece was going to look like. Am I capable? That's always one that I come back to, is am I capable? And if you're doing the thing, my friends, you are capable. So just remember that. So really, we want to just set our intentions for this piece. How do we want to feel at the end of it? I want to feel at the end of this piece more alive than I was before, and really just enjoy the process of painting and just get lost in the flow. So we're going to take another deep breath in here, breathing in through the nose. And hold for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and release. Good job, you're doing great work. Okay, so if you haven't picked up your pencil at this point, you're going to want to grab it. And if you're following along, you can draw some shapes that may look like flowers to you. Feel free to select your color palette if that's what you'd like to do. And I'm just drawing some circular, triangular shapes to mimic some leaves, just to give me a general outline of what I want the composition to be like in this image. And yeah, really paying attention to how I'm feeling right now. what I'm thinking about, just noticing what's around me. I heard a really good piece of insight, I guess I'll call it, about a year ago, and that was that mindfulness is just noticing. It is simply the act of paying attention and noticing what we're experiencing in the moment. And I think for me, like when it comes to feeling, I know for a long time I really struggled with pushing away feelings, not wanting to feel, feeling too much, feeling too big. And I'm really here just to tell you that there is space for us to feel all of these feelings. It's what our bodies are meant to do, is to experience the humanness of being alive, right? That's what we're here for. So I just want to encourage you that if you're having some hesitations, some fears about what, this piece is going to look like, that's okay. And I just encourage you to embrace that and just to notice where you're feeling it in your body, and just allow the art form, the flow of the art to take over. And so I hope you enjoy this little session. I'm finishing up laying the composition for this piece, and soon we'll go into actual painting. But I just want to thank you for taking this time to ground ourselves and to just be here now with me in this moment. All right, so getting right into our next step, which is watercolor. I am using a watercolor palette here from Mungyo. I got it from a local art store where I used to live in Kelowna, called Opus, really great art store. But if you don't have this palette, that's totally actually very much okay. You can use whatever palette you have. You can also mix colors. If you don't have a palette, I know that there are pretty decent ones at the dollar store. They're not professional or expert level by any means, but they will do the trick if you're looking for a creative release. So I also have a cup of water and some spare napkins and paper towels to dab with, and also to blot my brush with. So I'm just getting started here with some yellow on the petals, and this yellow came in very strong, very bright and vibrant. And yes, so feel free to go in, and if you're painting this exact image that I'm painting, feel free to just follow your intuition and paint it how you would like to. I know that I have been learning about the technicalities of watercolor, if there are any, and I am learning that it is best to start with light colors and large spaces first, and then work your way up to the darkest colors and the most finest details last. So that's what I'm doing in this image today. And I have been really loving watercolor. I've loved watercolor for a really long time. And I never have before really looked into the practice of it and what the proper method of how to do it. But it's really been kind of something that I've really enjoyed just learning about. And so next I'm going to take this green, and it's kind of like a lighter green, and I'm just wetting my brush. I want to make it really watery and really wet. Here the color is coming on pretty strong, but I could go even lighter than that if I watered down even more. And I'm just going to fill out some blocking pieces. Going to just block out some some leaves and have a little bit of space between the color where I lay the color and such. I'm also going to lay another green color afterwards, so I want to make sure I have enough space. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave you for a few moments to let you find your flow and find your footing, and I really encourage you just to pay attention to what's on your heart and what's in your mind as you paint, and really noticing what's going on in your experience. So I'm going to stop talking for a minute and just let you find your flow. Okay, enjoy. Okay, here I am again in my voiceover land. I hope you are enjoying some really peaceful time, just connecting hand to mind and heart, and putting some color on paper and really enjoying just the magic of that. And also, if you're just watching along for relaxation purposes, that is totally okay too. I love watching videos just to help me unwind and wake up and slow down. Yeah, but I'm going back in here. You see, I went in with a different color green, and now I'm going in with yellow. And I just really want to encourage you that there is no wrong way to do art. There are literally an infinite amount of ways to do art and make a piece, and no two persons will do the same piece exactly the same. And I think that's the beauty and the uniqueness of our humanness that really comes out when we're creating. And here I am just mixing some green colors to make a more different shade of green, to have some variety. And I remember as I was painting this, I was thinking around this time that, why do I have to paint precise shapes? Like, well, let me just do some blobs around the paper. So that's what I'm starting to do here, is just make some like organic shapes. And I think I'm still filling out the lines here, but pretty soon I'm going to go in and just start doing green dots that symbolize leaves. And yeah, that was just birthed out of finding the flow of it all and just going with my intuition. And so I encourage you to do the same in this process. Yeah. Something that I often struggle with in visual arts and even photography sometimes is having an idea and not being able to completely, or maybe even being able to completely visualize the outcome, what I want it to look like. But where I struggle is executing and having the vision in my mind come to life in the exact way that I picture it. And so I really struggled with this in photography school, like having a vision, an idea, an image in my head, and then the challenge was making it come to life and it looking the way it matched in my head. And something I learned along the way is that rarely does it ever look like what you picture it to be, because I think sometimes our minds, can picture things in a really idealistic way, a really picture sort of perfect kind of way, very pristine final outcome. And I think when you are doing art and maybe you're a really good artist and you draw things that are realistic all the time and you're really good at actually making things come to life exactly the way you picture them, I congratulate you, because that is something that I really struggle with sometimes, I think. But I have kind of come to learn to love the process and the unfolding of, okay, what is this going to look like? And what are the realities of maybe, my paint colors are different than the colors I imagined, or maybe my technique's a little bit different, but I think it's really interesting to see where the final product ends up, and maybe not necessarily how pleased or unpleased we are, how satisfied or happy we are with it, but just how miraculous it is that we can create things that come from inspiration. I think that's kind of cool. And also that when you kind of join hands with the creative process, you're sort of giving over to the process itself. And I think Rick Rubin talks about this in his book, The Creative Act. But I really like what he said about, like any variation from the path is creativity. And how I kind of think about that is I remember talking to like a social worker back in the day when I wasn't doing well, and she kind of said, like when you drive the same path to work every day, your brain gets used to that path, right? So like being in a routine every day, doing the same things every day, our brains know what to expect. And So we get used to it, we get comfortable. But as soon as we take another path to work, or as soon as we deviate from the intended path, that's creativity. And that's where maybe it might feel a little bit scary, or maybe it might feel really exciting and fresh and new, and maybe it might spark curiosity. And maybe we might never have known where we would be without that deviation. But that is truly, I believe, where creativity lies. And so I truly encourage you, if you're watercoloring right now, or if you're making a piece digitally, or even if you're not, even if you're just thinking and reflecting, I really encourage you to lean into that curiosity and that deviation from the routine of doing things in the same way all the time, because I think that's truly where we get to learn what we're capable of and what we can do. And I think that's where the fun and the aliveness comes from too. So anyway, that was a tangent, but if you haven't read it, Rick Rubin's Creative Act, it's an amazing book. It's a really good audiobook, and he reads it, and I love Rick Rubin so much. I'm a deep Mac Miller fan, and he worked with Mac Miller very closely, and I just have so much respect for him. But anyway, back to the painting. I'm just adding some shading and some colors to the flower here. I added some red to act as a deep contrast shadow shade. And then also going back in with a little bit of yellow in that corner there. I hope you're doing well today where you are, and I know that the world is filled with so much hurt and pain and atrocities and everything else. But for me, sitting down and putting paint to paper, or Apple Pencil to iPad, or pencil to page, really just lets me let go of everything that might be going on, all the chaos and all the darkness, and just breathe some life, some creativity, something good into my day, and hopefully into your day if you're watching this. So I'm gonna give you a break from listening to me, and I hope you enjoy painting. I'm going in just with some red to add some like little flower dots, and I'm gonna add just more color variation to the background, and continue to do some layering. So that's what I'm going to be working on in the next few minutes in this painting. If you are at a place where you're feeling stuck, try just to deviate from that path. Try something spontaneous. Try maybe using a different brush, or mixing a different color that you wouldn't normally, or maybe even it's trying to paint with your non-dominant hand. I know I've talked about this before, but that can really stimulate neuroplasticity, and it's a creative act. I encourage you to do that as well. So I'm going to leave you for a few minutes here, and just enjoy connecting to you, because you're worth it. Okay, so I'm just wrapping up doing final not finishing touches, but finishing painting touches, I suppose. I'm adding some blue to the background, maybe some of the leaves, just to add some color variation and make it some more interesting. Soon we'll do a paint peel. That's coming up in a few minutes. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video today. I really enjoyed making it, making videos like this one. This video in particular, I really enjoyed making. I really enjoyed painting, and I'm enjoying doing the voiceover. It's really allowing me to connect with myself, and I hope to connect with you as well. If you are new to this channel, I have a playlist on mindful art, mindful creative wellness, and I would love for you to check it out. I'm still a new YouTuber. I've only got a handful of videos out, but I'm really committed to the process. And so I've been making a video every 2 weeks since the end of April, and I plan to continue that for a little while. I should also let you know that in August, I will miss one upload, so the second upload in August. But then I'll be back in September, and when I am back in September, I am going to do my best to try and do a video every week. So know that you have that to look forward to. I have done a content plan. So, she's the content girly now. So anyway, that being said, you have more videos and more frequent videos to look forward to in September. I know that's a little while from now. If you miss my second upload in August, then just know there'll be heaps of videos right around the corner. Alright, and just as a finishing touch before we peel the tape, just so you know, I have let this sit for a little while to dry, probably about an hour or so. So if you're going to go in with a highlighter pencil, by that I mean like a white pencil, to add some highlights, I would let it sit for like an hour or two to let it completely dry, or run a hairdryer over it if you would like. I'm just adding some highlights in some places that I feel could use it to add some dimension, some variety. And I love this pencil, but I have lost my pencil sharpener, so I gotta find that if I want to use this pencil again. Prepare for the tape reveal shortly. Alright, and that's what we call a finished piece, folks. So now I'm gonna peel the tape off. And double corner peel. We love that. So satisfying. Look at that corner. Look at that edge. We love a tape peel. It's not one of the most satisfying things, honestly. One day I will get better at videography and getting some detailed shots while doing this, but for now we're keeping it simple. I hope you enjoyed the paint peel. It's one of my favorite, most satisfying parts of the process for me. And here is my little painting, my little watercolor, complete. Yeah. Okay, so that is the final piece, just doing some detail close-ups here. I just really want to thank you if you made it to the end of this video. It really means a lot to me that you watched this, and I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got something out of it. I hope it made you feel good and at peace. And whatever you are going through at this time in your life, I know you're capable of getting through. And let this just be your reminder to breathe a little deeper if you need to. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.